What's up, everybody? This is Talk Your Shy. I'm D'Angelo. Check it out. The Bears, the Chicago Bears, they one win away from the NFC Championship, but standing in our way, Matthew Stafford and the most dangerous offense left in the playoffs. Cold weather playoff pressure and a quarterback who's already rewritten Bears history. Let me break down a little bit the Bears versus the Rams. Um, the Bears, we coming off of we coming off of a 31-27 crazy comeback win off our arch nemesis, the Green Bay Packers. Caleb Williams, he was spectacular in the fourth quarter. He threw for 360 passing yards. Like his poise was just on full display. And confidence here in Chicago, man, it's kind of like at an all-time high because we never feel like we out of the game. And a lot of that has to do with the player Caleb Williams. But it's Caleb Williams versus the future Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is a veteran with plenty of experience. And us Chicago Bears fans, we pretty familiar with the guy because he spent about 9-10 years in Detroit playing for the Lions. Caleb, his mobility is going to be his mobility versus his mobility and his creativity versus Stafford's timing and precision. Stafford, man, he one of them ones. He one of them ones. This has probably been the biggest QB contrast in the playoffs so far. That Rams out offense, they are a threat. They are a real threat. They was the number one scoring offense in the league this year. You got Puka Nacua, matchup nightmare. He led the NFL in just about everything, man. Kyron Williams, he get him balance. And if the Rams get too hot, dare I say it, the Bears could be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But our defense, we've been all this year we've been thriving on turnovers. We didn't get one. We didn't get one last week versus the Packers, but hopefully that can change. Matthew Stafford, he's been known to give it away. He's been known to throw the ball to the other team. I think he just passed. Brett Favre, if I'm not mistaken, for the most interceptions all time. I could be wrong though. The Bears got to get pressure up the middle. They gotta rush the quarterback. They gotta get some pressure on the quarterback. Stafford, in the cold weather, hopefully the mistakes, he'll make some mistakes in that cold weather and it'll give us some opportunities. The temperature at Soldier Field is expected to be pretty cold because I think the high for the day. Let me look. I don't want to. Let's see what the high is going to be for Sunday. Right now we got a high of 20, which means at 5:30 p.m. it's probably going to be about 9 degrees. And the cold, it favors the more physical team, but the slower games help the Bears shorten the possession. Hopefully, we can get into that ground them and pound them run game, run the clock out, keep the ball away from Matthew Stafford. Injuries. I think we got C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. Adunze, he played last week, but hopefully the weather won't slow him up too much. We missing Ozzie Trapillo, our left tackle. So Theo Benedict and Braxton Jones, they should, they'll be holding down the left tackle spot. Hopefully, we don't get the Braxton Jones because he kind of ain't, he ain't really been in our, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really been good since he been there. So hopefully it don't, like I say, hopefully it don't come to the point where we got to put Braxton Jones in the game. There's gonna be a chess match between the coaches. We all know McVay. He's good friends with Matt LaFleur up in Green Bay. Matt LaFleur is not too fond of our coach. They're not too fond of each other. So, you hear the rumbles is LaFleur helping McVay with his game plan. Who knows, man? But the Bears, they're going to have some aggressive play calling. Ben was pretty aggressive against Green Bay because I don't think we punted one time against Green Bay. We went for it on fourth down every time, and that's almost a sign of Ben Johnson not trusting his defense. So that he was trying to put up points and put them up fast. It didn't work out. Hopefully, because I can't imagine him doing anything much different. But the weather may prevent it. But it was cold Sunday. Who knows? But we will have to put up points. We will have to start out fast. We cannot have one of those slow starts and expect to stay in this game. It's cool. The fourth quarter comebacks, that's cool. But I want to just kick my feet up on a Sunday with the game being well in hand and ice the game in the fourth quarter and not have my nerves all up in the air. So, some of my keys to win are win the turnover battle, keep Stafford uncomfortable, get pressure on Stafford. However you have to do it. Control the tempo with the run game. Caleb, do what he do best, protect the football. He's one of the best in the league at protecting the football. And the crowd and the weather, those become weapons for us. This game, it comes down to discipline and mistakes. If it turns into a shootout, the Rams might have an edge. If it turns into cold, ugly, and physical playoff football, I think the Bears will win this game easily because Matthew Stafford I think his record is 1-9 when playing in temperatures below 20 degrees or something like that. I'm not predicting any score, because it's the playoffs. We're trying to advance. I don't care what the score of the game. The score could be 6-3. I'm just trying to move on to the next week. That's it. I'm trying to move on to the next week. So drop y'all predictions in the chat. Who y'all rolling with? Y'all rolling with the Bears? Y'all rolling with the Rams? Let me know in the comments. And again, this is Talk Your Shot. Catch me on the next one.